Hi guys, this is Jamie from System22 and GreatWebDesign.com. Welcome to this video. In this video today we're going to be adding some of Divi's inbuilt icons to our primary menu up here. So the first thing we want to do is go and find some icons. So let's go back to our dashboard and we want to either create a page or use a page. All we're going to do with this page, it's not going to be published. We just want to find the code for our icon. So I've got a test page here that I'll use. I've inserted a blurb module in there because, as you know, the blurb module has icons. So if we go in there, scroll down a bit, make sure your use icon box is checked to yes, and we can go down and start finding some icons. So obviously that's a good one to use, the home icon. Let's use that one. Now what we want to do is save a draft and preview our changes. There's our little icon right there. Now I'm using the Chrome browser here, and I'm going to right click and inspect the element. And here it is. Now what I want to do, I want to right click on this from the opening A tag to the end. You can actually do this by just getting the span, but for our purposes today I'm going to actually grab it from the beginning of the A tag here. So if I just right click on there, go to edit as HTML, there we have it. I'm going to copy that whole section, making sure not to clip off any tags at the beginning and the end there. Just going to copy it, open up a new notepad. I'm just going to paste that in there. And once I've got there, I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to take 2 or 3 more, just doing exactly the same process. Go back to edit page, edit the blurb, put in 2 or 3 icons that you want to use there, unless you want to use the same one for all of them, and put them in your notepad. Okay, once we've done that, we want to create a menu. So if we go to Appearance and then Menus, we can leave. We really don't need to save our changes on this page. It was only to get that HTML code. Let's create a new menu. You can call it what you want. I'm going to call mine Icons and create menu. Now we want to use our custom links. So what we want to do here, you always have to put something in for a URL. So for the time being, I'm just going to put a hashtag in there. And that link text, we want to put in our text here. Now add that to the menu. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do the same thing and copy a couple of them just for effect. There we go, there's 2 of them there. And save our menu. Now we want to go to our customizer and actually set this menu as the Divi menu. So if we go down to Divi and then Theme Customizer, we want to go down to Menus, Menu Locations. Primary menu we want to set as that Icons menu that we just created. There we have it. There's our 2 little icons in our menu here. Now they look way too big, which is fine. And what we'd like to do is center this logo here. Okay, so we've got those up there. Like I say, they're way too big. Let's center our logo here and have those flanking it on either side. So if we go back and header and navigation, header format, and let's center an inline logo there. What's actually centered to? Yeah, we don't want it up above, we want it sort of in line with them, so let's do centered in line. Probably have to adjust that a little later on. Okay, so let's add a bit of text under these icons here. I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. I'll save and publish that. Let's go back to our menus. And on the custom link here, what we want to do is, you can either do this in your notepad and paste it over. It's probably easier in the notepad than messing around there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a break. That'll put the text on a new line rather than beside the icon. And I'm going to have a title, maybe H3, which is titles or headings. You've got H1 through H6, H1 being the biggest and H6 being the smallest. But it doesn't matter too much here because we're going to use some custom CSS to define the styles anyway. Close the H3 tag. And then we'll put in another break. So on another line, we'll have a bit of text, which we'll put in a P tag or paragraph tag. Close that tag. And let's just copy this over. Don't worry about copying this. I'll put a downloadable PDF link below this video, so you're welcome to use this however you want. So we've copied that. Let's just replace what we got going on here. And let's replace what we're going on here also. Make sure and select everything in the little box there. Now in the URL up here, this is where you can link it to whatever page you want it to go to, or whatever post you want it to go to, or an external site. Just put your link in that little box there. So let's save our menu. And let's visit our site. There we go, there's our text, there's our icon text, there's our logo in the middle. Okay, well at the moment it's looking pretty lousy, but we're getting the idea. So let's go ahead and add some custom CSS and make this all look a little more appealing. Let's put a logo in as well so we can see what we're dealing with here. So let's go back to our dashboard and go down to our theme options. You can do this in the customizers as well. And I'm going to go to the logo. I'm going to upload a logo. Let's drag my logo in here. And set as logo with the little button down there. Let's save our changes. Let's just take another look. Hopefully that logo should be in there now. Yeah. It's a little small looking, but we can adjust that in a while. So let's go back to our menus. What we want to do now is we want to add some custom CSS to these so we can start styling it properly. And if we just open one up with the little arrow there, I don't see any link for a custom CSS there to give it a class that we can work on. That's if we go up to the top of the screen here to screen options, there should be a box. There it is. Just check a little box that says CSS classes. Now you'll see it's added a little CSS classes box to our menu items here. It should have one on here as well. Yeah, here we go. And we'll give it a class. You can call it whatever you want, just remember what you call it. I'm going to call it primary menu icon, or PMI for short. So let's just save that. Now if we go back to our site, so we'll look to see what we want to do here. Not going to worry about the logo right now, I'll adjust that in the end. So let's right click and inspect. So yeah, we'll get rid of that padding bottom. So we'll call it padding bottom 0 pix. Okay, that seems to work there. The actual icon itself wants to be a little smaller. I want mine a little smaller. It's going to be the span. I want to see if we can put a font size in here. Yeah, that makes it smaller. Okay, so we want to, yeah, 50 pix will do. Font size 50 pix, and that's our span. We know that's our span because we're on it right here. So I'm going to copy this CSS into my little notepad here. And that's going to be span. And let's just wrap it. While I'm here, I'll just wrap it in some curly brackets because that's what we're going to need to do at the end of it there. Okay. Now the colour, I wouldn't mind having that the same colour as my logo. So if I go into my Photoshop where I just created that logo, let's see what colour is for that. 028 FCC. I'll just paste that in here as well. Being a hex, you've got to put a hashtag in front of it for sure. Now there's two ways we can do this. I can just take that color and put it in there, or I can replace it by doing this and giving it the important. I think what I'll do is I'll replace it there, because the important exclamation mark important tag you don't want to really use unless you have to. So let's get rid of that. Now we wanted the padding top, wasn't it? And that was the anchor text. Okay, we've got a link that's going nowhere, that's why that happened. Yeah, right there. That's what we want. So I'm going to take this whole class here. I'm going to put this again in my notepad. And remember we gave it that class of PMI, so I've got PMI. And we want to make the padding a little less on these two here as well. So that's going to be our PMI H3. Yeah, over on 10 pix. Yeah. And P again. I think what we can probably do is give it a line height that's a little smaller there as well. So if we go back to our notepad, put it in here. It's going to be PMI, and we want H3, and we also want the A tag. open and close my curly brackets. And let's have a padding bottom 0. And let's decrease that line height as well, so they're a little closer together. Let's try 12 pixels. That's a little bit better. Maybe even less. If we see it's closer together here, this is the one we're working on. Yeah, I think 10 pixels will do it. So if I just copy that, back to our notepad, add that there. Okay, let's copy this over into our style sheet. So I'm going to copy that, go back to our Divi options, down to our custom CSS, and give it a name. Just so we can find it again. If you add hundreds of lines of code, it's difficult to find something sometimes. And let's just paste this in here. So we've got our PMI span, that's the font size, the heading 3 and the anchor tags, taking away the padding and set the line height a little shorter. Just tidy that up. And that wants to be 0, I believe. Header style there. Okay, let's save our changes and take another look. Now when we refresh, hopefully that should stay the same. The icon should go a little bit smaller. Yeah, there we go, that's what we want, but we want that icon the same color as that, and we want this other icon to do the same thing. So let's just put our color in there and give this one the same class as this one. So if we go back here, back to our appearance and menus, and in here, again, you can either do it in here or you can just copy the whole lot over from your notepad. There's the color we want to replace right there. And that's the color we put in right there, I believe. Here we go. Let's make sure you don't cut off the semicolon or the inverted commas at the end there. So that's done that to that. Save the menu. And here's our other one here. We just need to give it the same CSS class, which was PMI, wasn't it? Then all the styles we've done for this one will apply to this one as well. So we save the menu. Now take another look here. There we go, that's starting to shape up a little bit more. Need to change the color of this one. Well, I'm actually going to put a whole load of different fonts in here. What I'll do is I'll pause quickly. I'm happy with this and this and this, and this is what I'm going to add a bunch more quickly. Okay, I'm back, and what I've done is I've gone into the menu and added a whole bunch more of these with different icons using exactly the same process. So when I refresh, you should see them there. There we go, I just added went to our test page and put the icon in and copied the link like we did before and put it into our menu item. Just changed what was under the H3 for the different titles there. Okay, well, let's go and get rid of that search thing, and also let's see if we can't sort out our logo next. So let's go back to our dashboard. Here's the menu that I've just done, and just to show you, you click on it and just right arrow across. In between the H3 tags is where I put the name there. If you want to change what was underneath the icon text there, you can do that between the P tags at the end here. So there's the title, and there's the icon text there. Put in whatever you want there, and then whatever you want there. If you don't want them, just select the just before the P tag and after the closing P tag, and just delete it. If you don't want the big one, delete from the beginning of the H3 tags to the end of the H3 tags, just delete it. Just notice that should be a small P, not that it makes a lot of difference, just looks tidier. Okay, so let's save that menu. Let's go to our Divi customizer. And let's get rid of this first. Header elements, show search icon. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see if we can actually do anything with this logo here from here. That's our primary menu bar. Logo max height. Okay, I brought it up all the way. All we can do there, we'll do the rest with CSS. So I'll just save and publish that. Let's go back to the main page and refresh. Let's see what we can do about this logo to get it looking a little bit better. So let's inspect it. It's going to be right here. Let's try giving it some negative margin on the top there. Let's try giving it -50. Let's brought it up some, but not quite as much as I'd like. Let's give it 100. That's fairly central. And let's give these a bit more padding so they're spread out just a little bit more. It's looking a little cluttered there. So let's just copy this and put that in our custom CSS. Make sure we put that closing curly bracket on the end or it will not work. Okay, save that one. And let's see what we need to do to make these. Let's have a look here. Here we go, that's what it looks like right about there. It's making that logo smaller. Okay, well, let's just copy that for the time being. And paste it into a notepad or just save it for later. I want to make this poor logo bigger. do it. We'll give it a margin left of -52. Right, so I've been copying this into my notepad here, so let's just add this to our custom CSS. Okay, just drop down one. That margin left wants to go the logo here. Let's just have a look, see what happens when we do that. Alright, well that seems to work. We may have to add some media queries to that logo when it shrinks down for smaller devices, but that's no problem. So there you have it. That is how to add your Divi icons to your primary menu up there. Kind of long-winded, but we got the job done. Like I said before, I'll put all this code in a PDF. You're welcome to download it and use it however you wish. I hope that's been helpful to you. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please subscribe to our channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and GreatWebDesign.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.